Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a follow-up update review video on my Senreve Midi Maestro bag. I've previously done an unboxing and review video. I will link it down below. So I've been using this for 2 years now as a work bag, and just a bit of context, I do commute to work almost every day, and the leather seems to be holding up, I guess. Overall, the color still looks great, but just the edges of the leather, you can see there's quite a bit of wear and tear, and also at high usage points, like the feet, at the bottom, the hardware is oxidized, as you can see, which is not that big a deal. I guess I do put my bag down often, so that's to be expected. But just this buckle strap, you can see a lot of damage here, where this is, I guess you can tell, this is where I like to sort of put the knob through, and also I guess just this flap bit, you can see that it's now just kind of flapping downwards instead of just staying up, because of the amount of times that I sort of clip it and then sort of undo it like this. So I think, yeah, it's not held up well. You can see a lot of wear and tear and damage. The microfiber on the inside, you can see it's quite it's looking quite worn, with all the friction with opening and closing the flap. The hardware of the zipper is again quite oxidized and discolored. The zipper itself is still zipping quite fine, and you can see I've really used this bag quite a lot. The microfiber lining is due to it's kind of a lot of peeling due to friction of putting items in and out of the bag. Now this clip that I used to clip my keys is one of the, I guess, best feature of this bag, I would say. Makes it very easy for me to find my keys. Now again, with the zipper, you can see where the leather pieces join together, it's not sewn quite well. With the usage, it's really just tear up and broken apart. Yeah, so I think overall, I mean, I have used this quite consistently. I don't use it every day, but I do use this for during the seasons of summer and spring. It's my lighter color bag. Yeah, so I guess overall that's the how the bag holds up with wear and tear, and I think it's to do with the leather being quite a stiff type of leather. So I think you would find, because of its structure and stiffness, the wear and tear really does show up at sort of the edges of the leather pieces, or where the leather pieces are sewn together. That's where the stitching gets broken, and the pieces get a bit disconnected. Yeah, look, one of the feature or selling point of this bag initially was that it can be worn in different ways. One of the way is I guess handheld, as you can see, but I do find it not a very useful way when I'm carrying lots of things for work and commuting. You can wear it cross body, but you can see that it's quite bulky. So I don't like to wear it crossbody, just because it proportionately, it just doesn't look nice. And also I guess when I walk around, it just hits against my hip and it's not that comfortable because the leather is quite hard and stiff, and it just gets in the way. So I don't like to wear it this way much. So the next way of wearing it is as a backpack. So this is the way that I prefer to wear it, but then again, you can see the it's just too big for my proportion. And you can see also there's a bit of a gap at the top of the, like, it's not sitting right against the bag. It's not sitting right against my back very well, so it's not very comfortable in that when it's filled with heavy items. The bottom edge of the bag just digs into my back. So another way of wearing it is just on the shoulder, and I do find this a way that I also prefer in comparison to the crossbody. But yeah, as you've seen just then, it easily drops off my shoulders. It is quite tricky, especially when it becomes heavy and filled with items. It's almost like I have to sort of walk with the shoulder sort of being held in a more up position to balance the weight of the bag, so that it just doesn't slide off my shoulder, which is not very good for my posture. So yeah, when I do wear it as a shoulder bag, obviously I'll need to sort of shorten the length a little bit to make it work. But when I do that, the crossbody, it's even higher up, and it's just digging against the bottom of my rib cage, which is not very comfortable. And more comfortable way is to just handheld, which makes my hand not one arm not usable, which is not great for commuting. So I guess that's one lesson learned from me. I think it's all good to sort of know a bag can be worn different way, but at the end of the day, it's not like you can switch to different ways very easily without adjusting the shoulder strap. Some of the regrets I have for this bag, this is my first sort of dip into the luxury when it comes to work bag. Should have just gone for either cheaper versions or actually more higher end luxury, which was probably was wanting to do. They say when you actually wanted something, you probably should just save up the money for buying what you ultimately wanted, rather than settling for something less in the meantime. And I guess that's one of the regrets I have made with this bag. Another regret I have is really just the weight. Whilst I love leather bags and I thought it would be more durable, just the weight of it is not really that practical when it comes to work bag. And another regret I've learned is I'm not really a large backpack girl. I've never been, and I don't know why I thought I would be. I guess I was just kind of buying into the thought that a bag that can be worn in multiple different ways means it's better value for money, without really thinking whether it would work out for my proportion and for, I guess, generally my habits. When I commute to work, I like to be able to access my things easily, and with a backpack I have to take off the backpack first and then open the bag and then get the items out and then wear the bag again, which it just annoys me to no end. So I think what I've learned from that is that yes, I do want a bag that is very easy access, but at the same time having it secured in a compartment for, I guess, for my wallets and and find that they're the more sort of important items that I don't want to other people to be able to just dip their hands in and get. So I guess that's one feature that I'll be looking for when I do buy a new work bag. And when it comes to a bigger size bag, crossbody really doesn't work for my proportion. So that's one thing I would need to know. So it has to be, either a shoulder bag. In fact, it could only be a shoulder bag because I like to have my arms free somewhat. And yeah, I think in summary, just multi-wear bags doesn't really work if only one particular way of wearing is comfortable and flattering for my proportion. So really don't get attracted to, I guess, the marketing gimmick of something being look seemingly like it can be worn multiple different ways. Really have a think about whether those multiple different ways do all work for you as a lifestyle, or really for yourself only one way works. And if that's the case, then it doesn't matter whether a bag can be worn different way. What's the most important is the way you're planning to wear the bag, whether that particular bag would look nice when it's worn that way on yourself. So as you've noticed, I've been just browsing online to look for my next work bag. I will not be replacing my current work bags at the moment. One which is the Senreve, and the other is a tote bag from Tommy Hilfiger that my mum has gifted me. So I intend to use them until they are sort of so worn out that I don't want to use them anymore. Not at that stage at the moment, but I am just kind of browsing to see what sort of options there are available, because I tend to make bad judgments when I'm in a hurry to purchase something that I have to sort of use straight away. I guess I've looked at items such as the Chloe tote. I guess that's one style I'm looking at. The LV Neverfull I quite like, but then at the same time there's just too many of them. I feel like the style, I mean, it's a classic, but at the same time I've just kind of become quite I guess bored of that style, and also it's a bit too flashy for work for my liking. I did quite like I don't think the Celine style I quite like, except the canvas, sort of the monogram, the Triumph logo. I've really got a crossbody bag in that, so I kind of feel like it's a bit of a doubling up. I don't like to have a similar look for many of my items, so that's probably a no unless they change it into a different style. That Prada nylon bag is quite nice, but again, the price, to 2,000 something Australian dollars for a nylon bag, I'm not so sure. Longchamp I have used previously, that very classic tote bag, that fold up one. Again, I mean, I like the style, but I don't like the colors that much, and I don't want to buy another. I used to have a black one, and it's very worn out now. So I still have it, but the corners, I think I need to bring it for repair. The two corners are already kind of got a holes in them. So I guess I want a different color, something. Just not black when it comes to a big tote bag. I just feel it's a little bit boring, more because I've used it for such a long time previously with my old Longchamp one. I wish they have, I don't know, the color range. I feel I'm just not very attracted to the colors for some reason. It's a very plasticky, muted, saturated color. that, yeah, I mean the brown, that brown golden one looks fine. Let's take a look at Mulberry. I've never purchased anything from Mulberry before. Just looking at the tote. Oh, that's quite a classic. Oh, this one is not a leather tote, it's a nylon tote. The price is definitely much better than the Prada one. Yeah, and you know, the style is quite nice. That's the leather version, which I think is just gonna end up being too heavy. I know when you know, sort of try them on at the shop when it's completely empty, it doesn't feel heavy, but really it just adds up when I put lots of things in my work bag, especially if I, you know, put an iPad in. Ooh, this one is very nice. Getting a bit sidetracked here. I don't think this is very work bag appropriate, and I have a feeling whilst the laser cut print is very cool, it might just look dated very quickly. Yeah, look, this nylon tote, I keep on coming back to it. I quite like it. I mean, it's not, even though it's black, it's not like the Longchamp tote where, you know, the whole surface is just black. This one is got the, you know, the leather straps that extends down sort of to break up that whole piece of black fabric a little bit. But I do wish that it actually comes in a different color. Maybe it will in the future. Look, I might just keep an eye on it. As I said, I'm not in a rush to replace my current ones. I will sort of probably wear my current ones for at least half a year to a year first before I change into something else. Oh, this is also quite cute. It's a canvas tote. I like this brown color. It's got the mulberry tree logo there, without the actual branding written onto it. Look, it is quite cute. It's very summery. I'm a bit hesitant that it's white canvas, which I think it will just get dirty quite quickly. So yeah, look, there's a few options here in Mulberry that it would work if it's a different color. So hopefully they will release some different colors in later seasons. We'll definitely come back and check. I wish some of these other totes have non-leather versions. Now let's take a look at Burberry. Look, very classic Burberry print. I don't know, it just doesn't, this color combo does, oh my gosh, these look like just reminds me of bottoms. Not very flattering shape, I would have to say. I've never really taken a good look at Burberry items apart from their trench coats, but yeah, look, it's not really doing it for me. Yeah, no. Let's take a look at Loewe. I've never purchased anything from Loewe either. I've walked into the physical stores once or twice. Yeah, I don't know. They're maybe a bit too trendy. So I mean, they look nice. They look cute, but for some reason, it's just not cute enough or attractive enough for me to actually think seriously about buying one ever. No, that looks like an IKEA shopping bag. That's a big no. And I think that was also in leather as well. Yeah, no, very beach style, those tote shapes. No, nothing really here that stands out for me. Yeah, no, looks more like a market tote. Nothing from Louis V again. Gucci, Look, my mum used to like Gucci. I never really liked their monogram. I don't know why. I do like the shape of the tote though, but just not the monogram pattern. And definitely not the sort of red stripe in the middle. No. Let's take a look at Bali. I did used to, I think I've mentioned previously, my first sort of luxury type of bag that I've ever purchased was a hobo bag from Bali. Yeah, look, this is okay, but again, no. I guess if I really want a monogram, I would probably at this stage be looking at LV, but then it's a bit too flashy for me, so in terms of using it for work, so probably not. Let's have a look at this article by Vogue, see whether there is some brands that I have missed out that they suggest is a good work tote. No, nothing catching. Yes, very simple. I don't know, feels like it's something that you can get gifted as an eco bag. Maybe I'm just too picky. Nothing. Oh, this one looks a bit interesting. The brand is Heru. Yeah, look, that's an interesting style. Let's take a closer look. Oh, the price is good. Yeah, it's interesting. It comes in with a secured pouch on the inside. Yeah, no, this one is I don't mind this one. I like how the middle sort of dips, the middle part sort of dips down, so it would be sort of a bit more spacious, especially if you wear a puffer jacket, something a bit chunkier. It can still go through the shoulder strap quite comfortably. No, these are more like sort of very casual beach style. Let's take a closer look at that brand that I was interested in. They do have leather versions, but I think that would be quite heavy with such a big piece of leather. Look, here it is. Yeah, look, it's an interesting shape, although I don't know about the very thin shoulder straps. One thing with carrying a work bag is, I guess if the shoulder strap is too long and thin, it can dig into your shoulder, especially when you put sort of a decent amount of items into the bag and to weight it down. So yeah, this one is interesting too. I think in summary so far, maybe the Chloe and maybe Heru. That's a new brand, although I'm a bit hesitant now to buy handbags online that I am not able to try on in a store. I don't think I could have seen a shop stocking Heru brand in Australia, Sydney. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'll check it out and see whether I can find a physical store that sells that. But otherwise, Mulberry. I guess Mulberry, if it comes in different color, and the Prada nylon, although that's quite a big chunk of money with the Prada for a nylon bag. I guess that means I will just continue using my current bags because I haven't found as more suitable alternatives at this stage to replace them, and they are still very usable. So with my mindful consumption concept, I will just continue to browse online until I find something that I really, really like, or until my bag just break apart and I can't use it anymore. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like this type of video, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give it a thumbs up, it really helps my channel. And until next time, you all take care. Bye.